Is that for real? Oh.
Live from Studio B at KPRC Channel 2. Houston Live starts now.
I am giggling over turkey insurance. Welcome to Houston Live. It is Thursday, November 12th. I'm Courtney Savala. Hi, Derek.
What's up, Courtney? It's great to see you. You and I are totally in sync today because I am very curious about this turkey insurance. I'm sure a lot of people can use it. Also, is Thanksgiving 2 weeks from today?
Y'all, 2 weeks from
Thursday,
today.
right?
Yes, and listen to this. 6 weeks from today, Christmas Eve. I don't want anybody clutching their pearls or freaking out. I'm just saying, 6 weeks. That's it.
You know what? In some ways, I'm kind of relieved that it's all going to be over in just over 6 weeks. This has been the weirdest year ever.
So bizarre.
I am glad that people are getting into the holiday spirit because you can see it all over H-Town.
Oh my gosh, we can. And we are going to chat more on that. We have a Throwback Thursday, all kinds of fun stuff coming up. But now it's time to check in with Joe and Lauren. And Lauren, girl, this is the holiday we've been waiting all year for. It's National Happy Hour Day. Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, you guys, stop talking about Thanksgiving and stop talking about Christmas. We're talking about today, y'all. It's National Happy Hour Day at one of my brand new favorite places. We're in River Oaks at 1836, right off of West Alabama. And I have got my bartender, Josh, here. He has made me my very own craft cocktail. But this cocktail is for a cause. I will tell you what cause and charity around town it's benefiting coming up a little bit later on in the show. Check out those sparkles, you guys. Isn't it beautiful? I just love it.
And only you, Lauren Kelly, can match her cocktail straight up to the mask. It looks fantastic. Can't wait to hear more about that. Joe, I don't know. What's with the hat?
Well, you know
what's happening?
You know what, Courtney? Lauren's going to have to bring me one of those drinks, too, so we can start a party, because we're talking about the foam party hats. I remember when I first started, whenever we went to cover the Texans in Kansas City, you had the huge hat, too. You remember that, Courtney? Well, you know what? There's a company here that makes a lot of these hats, and they're going to be participating on Shark Tank. They're going to be pitching their idea to see how it does on the show tomorrow. I'm going to be speaking with the duo, the mother and son duo, to see how they do and how the actual show went. But yeah, I'm loving this hat. They made it special for me.
I can tell. I like that other one in the video there. Keep your distance. Perfect for social distancing. Fantastic, guys. We will see you in just a little bit. Drink up, Lauren. Cheers to you, girl. Okay.
Cheers.
So on this Friday Eve, I was going to call you Orlando, Derek.
Oh, well, excuse me. Don't worry. My nieces sometimes call me Dad. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. And what's funny is Orlando is usually the last name. It's usually Connor, AJ, Oscar, Orlando. I can never remember his name for some reason. Too many people, too many names in my head. I do have an Oscar update. I know you were asking me a little bit earlier. He had his big surgery yesterday. He was neutered.
Yeah, how's he doing?
You know what? He is doing great, but I did not know they made Spanx for dogs. I mean, this is crazy. You guys, so he chewed through these 2 cones at the vet.
Oh my gosh.
Look at his onesie.
How does that work? Does it snap in the bottom? How do you get him in this thing?
It does. It snaps at the bottom. He's wearing a onesie. Look, he's like, stop videoing me. He looks literally like a hot dog. Stuffed sausage. I mean, it is the funniest thing I have ever seen. But I got to tell you, I think it's almost like a weighted blanket. I think he likes it.
Well, he doesn't seem to mind it. So when you need to take him out to do a little,
His
doggy
business, yeah.
How does that all work?
So it's a little snap. You unsnap the onesie and kind of pull it back and go out and do the business, and you come back and you re-snap. Lots of snapping.
It sounds like I could use one of those. Well, I'm glad he's enjoying it. I'm glad it's very comfortable. We did just pop up a quick photo there. You're probably wondering what other random dog that was.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That little dog is named Pico. And Courtney, I was thinking maybe Oscar could use a little play date buddy, maybe a new addition to the family. What do you think? He's up for adoption.
Did you get a dog?
No. So my friends Natalie and Joe, our friends I should say, they found this little pup that they are calling Pico temporarily. They're fostering him. They already have 3 other dogs, but little Pico, you can see him just now in that photo cuddled up with Hercules. He gets along well with other dogs. He is up for adoption and ready to look at that. Look at that. They found him on the train tracks in the near North Side neighborhood just off Main Street, and he was like really scared and hesitant, sort of scrounging around for food. You could see his ribs. He's a little thin, but he's going to be a very, very happy, little heavier dog. He'll put on a little bit more weight at some point. But what do you say?
Well, I'm good. I feel like I should spread the wealth and let other people join in on the dog, you know, adding a four-legged friend to their home. But he's super cute, and I love his like one ear up, one ear down scenario. Absolutely adorable.
I know, we can't get enough. I did post a link if you guys want to adopt him. It's on my KPRC Facebook page, and hurry and do it before Natalie and Joe decide they're going to keep him, which I sort of think they should because he's so cute.
So cute. He looks like he fits right in for sure.
I know, right?
I know. Okay, so hopefully keep us updated. We want to know where Pico ends up, and I love that name, by the way.
For sure.
You know, we were talking at the top of the show about Throwback Thursday and all the excitement leading up to my favorite time of the year. Hint, hint. Can you see it?
I know exactly what you mean.
Can
the
you see
Nutcracker
it?
Market.
Can you see my hat? Nutcracker Market.
You look just like a nutcracker. Your jaw moves very similar way.
I know. Well, I guess we have a Throwback Thursday, so let's just roll it. You know what, Derek, it was a tough assignment. We really had to figure out which one of us should stay here and tackle the shopping. I'm sorry to say that it was me. I know that you really wanted to stay. You know, it's some things for the job, okay? That's just the kind of person I am. And thankfully, I've got my wing woman with me, Eileen. Eileen loves some Nutcracker Market, don't you? Having fun, right, Mom?
Yes, this is my happy place.
I know, mine too.
Me too.
Go get us some champagne.
All
Okay?
right,
Come
I
back.
will.
Okay. Oh, my mom and I, y'all, seriously, I am crying. I know your mom was in studio that day too. I texted my mom this morning a photo. Look at us cheersing. I texted her a photo that came up in my memory in Facebook today, and I texted her this morning and I said 5 years ago with the crying emoji, and I hope I can read this without crying. She texted me back that says, "What an amazing and memorable times we had. Wish we were there right now, walking through the doors with smiles on our faces, looking for a special place for our picture." I mean, I miss her so much. It's such a great time, and I know so many people want to hug their loved ones. I need the Kleenex.
Wow,
So
that was
sweet.
really 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you said it, people miss their loved ones like crazy. It's strange for me also to think it's been like almost a full year since I've seen my mom. And this holiday season, everything is still up in the air. I don't think we're even gonna be going home until people are vaccinated and this thing is more behind us than it is now. We're sort of staying put. But that day, I will never forget that day, Courtney, because my mom was right there at the desk with me, and your mom was right there with a glass of champagne, like a pig in mud.
I know.
Like a
we
fish
had
in water.
so much fun. Jason, thank you. I got the tissue. It was so much fun. It's such a great memory. I think we've done 10 or 12 Nutcracker markets together, and I hope you guys are able to jump on that virtual market site, because help those vendors, get your girlfriends together, and we will have more on that in the show. But it's such a fun platform for sure.
Oh, well, next time you chat with your mom, Eileen, tell her I say hi. Actually, I should just call her.
You can. She's watching
I have her
right
phone
now
number.
too.
I'm going to call her. Hi, Eileen. It's great to see you. And to everyone else who's separated from family, remember, it's just temporary, and staying apart is what keeps us safe. And it's definitely alarming to see these COVID numbers spiking. Today we went back to Minute Maid. The testing, I think today is from 12 to 8 p.m. So we went back to Minute Maid Park, Lot C, across the freeway from Minute Maid actually. So it's next to the soccer stadium, just to do another round of testing, because until Brandon has 2 consecutive negative tests, we are at home quarantined.
Right. And so when are you going to get those back? I'm going to take off my Nutcracker market hat.
They say between 2 to 4 days. Don't take it off. I think it looks great on you.
Really? Am I ruining
2
this?
to 4 days. Last time we got it back in about a week and a half.
And
So,
how are you feeling right now?
Besides looking like the Ice Queen, it looks very blue and dark in my house. I don't know what's going on. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling good. I'm just feeling a little bit stir crazy. It's interesting to me too, as strange as this year has been, starting in March, which is when you went home and you were working from home. I think now that we have been just home for the last couple weeks, I think now is when I'm actually feeling a little bit stir crazy.
I know.
I'm ready to go someplace.
I know, but get
Even
healthy.
the grocery store would be great.
Right? I know. Sometimes, like, I'll go to Walgreens. I'll go. I mean, you just want to get out of the house for 5 seconds, you know?
Yeah, yep, I feel ya. Well, one day, but in the meantime, we're in great spirits, and I did, because it's National Happy Hour Day, I did pour myself a glass of eggnog, just a little thimble.
Yes. Oh, you deserve it. You deserve it. This is about to fall off my head, so I'm going to take it off.
Thank you.
Listen, let's talk. We need to talk about something. We need to regroup, because last night on the Bravo channel, Real Housewives, y'all, of Salt Lake City, glued, couldn't stop watching it. Could not stop watching it. So, just to catch everybody up, of course, everybody knows, Derek, that's where you're from. I lived there for 5 years. Orlando was born and raised there, not Mormon though. And he went to University of Utah. That's where we met. And I got to tell you, slight bit of a train wreck, but I couldn't stop watching.
So, okay, I gotta be honest. We saw an interview last night on Entertainment Tonight, because of course we were watching Channel 2, and I saw an interview with one of the ladies, and it was just all about how expensive her outfit was. I should just be very careful what I say, but I don't know. It's almost like I felt, after just watching that, I felt dumber after just watching that, and I thought, oh wow, this is Salt Lake, my hometown. Am I losing brain cells if I watch more than 2 minutes of this? So to be honest, I didn't watch the show last night. I know that was part of my homework this morning. I didn't watch even a minute of it, but can you just sort of give us the overview of what I'm missing? So
you need to just, you know, it's typical. You can really put these women in any city, and they all exist, right? But the socialites, the flashy, it's, you know, one woman has 4 personal assistants. I don't think she works, but she needs 4 personal assistants, and she's married to a college football coach. Very lavish lifestyle. Okay. They talk about, one of them talks about being excommunicated from the church. Somebody went to BYU, and then another girl did, and one of the girls doesn't remember hanging out with her in college. It's like a whole drama, but it is all about the religion. It is in every single storyline. It is really incredible.
Okay, well, thank you for summing it up. I guess I don't need to watch.
You don't need to watch. It's okay.
I'm kidding. I'll watch it for like 5 or 10 minutes out of curiosity, but wow, who knew? Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yeah, the scenery is absolutely beautiful, though. I will say that. You can't take that away from Salt Lake. Beautiful.
Amen to that.
All right, still to come. Worried about burning your turkey this Thanksgiving? It can happen, but there's insurance for that. And coming up next, we're checking in with Lauren Kelly, who's celebrating that National Happy Hour Day with some cocktails for a cause. Find out how ordering her custom drink will give back to local charities. That's when Houston Life returns. What? Okay, guys, so we are close to Thanksgiving, just 2 weeks away. And have you ever thought about getting that turkey insurance? It is a thing between Whole Foods and Progressive. They teamed up to offer this insurance called the Turkey Protection Plan. Yeah, shoppers who purchase at Whole Foods Market.
This is a real thing?
This is real, dude. Listen, they purchase your turkey from Whole Foods. Between now and November 22nd, you are eligible to purchase insurance. Here's what happens. If you mess it up, something happens, send a photo and the description of the cooking fail with a receipt. Whole Foods will then maybe go over the cooking fail, but send you a $35 gift card.
So do you get like an extra discount, like if you bundle home, auto, and turkey?
Yes.
Like, does your rate go down?
I know. Well, we can only hope, right? Probably not. It's going to go up because if you have a turkey fail, that means you're really bad in life.
Listen, there have been so many turkey fails in my life, which probably means I'm a horrible person. I remember a few years back hosting Thanksgiving at my place. This is before I moved to Texas. And there was a certain person at this dinner who insisted on carving the turkey.
Oh, no.
But I guess there really is like a method to it. Like you need to go with the grain, right? Well, by the time this person was done carving against the grain, the turkey was just like a pile of... It was bad. It was bad. It was like a turkey massacre. And you have had some issues deep frying the turkey, right? Which I know is very popular here in Texas.
Very popular.
But it's people like burn their houses down trying to deep fry a turkey.
I have covered stories on Thanksgiving Day because of that. Yes, absolutely.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and you know, one time I was in Midland and on the scanner, we were in the newsroom and on the scanner, we could hear, you know, they were calling for officers and backup and it turned out it was a major food fight at someone's house. Like I had to cover a food fight on Thanksgiving. It got really out of hand, this argument. But there I am with a camera, Thanksgiving Day. And they offered me pie at the end. It was very strange.
No way. Tonight at 10, food fights gone bad. Sometimes good food happens to bad people. Wow. Well, you had a very exciting career in Midland before coming to Houston. Let's hope there is no food fight happening here in Houston. But listen, to our viewers, your food fails, please tell us about them. Send us photos. You definitely get bonus points if you send us photos. Post them on our Houston Life Facebook page, and we will be sharing some of them later on in today's show.
Oh, my word. I cannot wait to see that for sure. Okay, so today, Derek, is National Happy Hour Day. And of course, we're celebrating with craft cocktails for a cause. Lauren Kelly is joining us now in River Oaks with information on how ordering her custom cocktail is going to help some local charities. Hi, Lauren.
That's right, Courtney. I have gotten what I've always wanted, my very own craft cocktail. And if you guys didn't see the pictures I posted or showed earlier, this is what it looks like. It's such a beauty. And to tell us all about it today and how all of its proceeds and some of the proceeds go to charity is Director of Beverages here at 1836, Josh Sapphire behind the bar, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you doing today?
So first of all, this is such a beautiful drink, and it is drinkable, by the way. Why don't you go ahead and make one for us and show us what's in it?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the Spritz de Fleur.
Spritz de Fleur is the name. Okay.
It is a vodka-based beverage, so we're using Wheatley vodka here. It's gonna be 1.5 ounces of Wheatley vodka.
I will tell you guys, they asked me what I like to drink the most, and that's how they kind of came up with this craft cocktail for me. So when you come here to 1836 and you purchase it, a portion of its proceeds are gonna go to a very near and dear charity of my heart. That's Candlelighters of Houston. I've done a lot of work with them. They've been fantastic throughout the years, and I just love supporting them and their support of childhood cancer. So what else do we have in here, Josh?
So yeah, in addition to the vodka, we have fresh lemon juice. This is
Okay.
3/4 of an ounce. We have a house-made hibiscus syrup. That's one of 3 floral aspects in the cocktail.
Which this is so great because it's not too sweet and it's not too tart.
Yeah.
And it's just like right in the middle of that perfect line that I like. I'm so picky when I'm like, I want this and I want that, but you did a great job crafting this one.
Thank you.
Okay, so
in
what's going
addition,
in?
a little bit of creme de violette, which is
Okay.
floral aspect number 2.
Okay.
And then here, Saint Germain. It's an elderflower liqueur.
It sounds very, very fancy because I'm all about being very, very fancy. So thank you
It is
for
very nice.
creating this for me. And they add a little bit of glitter in there too. I do want to mention here at 1836, they are celebrating happy hour all day because it is National Happy Hour Day. So don't go anywhere. We're going to get into tasting this cocktail coming up a little bit later on in the show, and much more about the Candlelighters of Houston and how you guys can benefit from it. Back to you, Courtney.
Awesome.
Cheers.
And I love glitter in a cocktail, girl. Way to go. And that looks lovely. Thanks, Lauren. We're going to check back in with you a little bit later on in the show. And coming up next, sharpening your elbows to get through a crowd is a thing of the past. Now you can access all of your favorite vendors in one virtual stop. We're talking Nutcracker Market next. Okay, have you heard? I know you have. The annual Nutcracker Market is now virtual. Shopping till we drop is a thing of the past. Everything now available through the click of a button. Here with more is Michael Savino, owner of Chocolate Pizzazz and one of this year's local merchants. Michael, welcome to Houston Life. Great to see you.
Hi there, how are you?
I am great. I'm a huge fan of Chocolate Pizzazz. There's always a huge crowd at your booth at Nutcracker Market. Tell me, first of all, I know that you've been part of the market since 2007. This is part of your business, a huge part of your business.
It is. It's the Christmas season for us, actually. We do this every year. We love going to the Nutcracker. We love seeing thousands of customers. And so this year it's a little different, but we're real excited about it.
Absolutely. It's now a month-long opportunity as opposed to just a couple of days. And the market is free, general access right now going on until December 11th. And this is basically shopping 24/7 on their virtual platform. It's been pretty easy, right, to navigate, but we can find your product, Chocolate Pizzazz, and everything that is our favorites from the market.
Absolutely. We have all the same products that we typically have. Our most popular item is our 12-ounce Jingle Bell popcorn. But this year we also added gift items, which we did not offer in the live market. But now we offer gift boxes of Chocolate Pizzazz that we can ship anywhere. So that's like a nice new feature because it's virtual.
Absolutely. And what's so great is I have some of the items here right in front of me, and it smells so good. So I'm going to have a little snack here too. But I always get these for teachers' gifts or hostess gifts. And one thing, Michael, is the packaging. It allows it to stay fresh, even though you guys make everything right here in Houston.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything stays fresh well past Christmas. It's all sealed up. It's great, and it ships real well. So it's a great gift that you can feel confident in giving.
It's really wonderful. And where we're talking to you today this is your main bakery, right? Right in Houston?
Yeah, this is our main workshop at 5330 Wesleyan, where we make all the product right here in Houston every year.
It is so awesome. And I know that you guys, you have so many great, besides the popcorn, kind of the red and the green, but you also have some for Hanukkah. You have bark. You have the Texas Trio. What is that one, the Texas Trio?
The Texas Trio is after our popcorn. It's our next most popular item. It's a trio of chocolate-covered popcorn, chocolate-covered potato chips, and chocolate-covered Fritos.
Oh,
and
my word.
It's our most popular gift that we ship.
It is so awesome. Okay, shifting back to the virtual side of the Nutcracker market, typically it's over 200 vendors. This year it's about 150. Why did you agree to stay on for this particular cause, Michael?
Well, number one reason is to support the Houston Ballet. This year has been so tough on everybody, and we have to help each other out. So that was number one reason. But it's, we're all shifting gears as business owners on how to stay connected to the community, and this is the way it goes. And we're excited to do it, and the challenges are going to be fun and rewarding, I think.
Absolutely. I think so too. And I'm so glad that you are still part of the Nutcracker market. Like I said, you are always on my gifting list. These are always so great. My kids want the chocolate covered pretzels. And I will tell you, even surfing on that virtual platform, it is very easy. I'm sure you, as a vendor, you're happy with that platform too.
Absolutely. It's very clean and easy to use, and it's fun. I mean, it's a very simple layout, so it should not be intimidating to anybody. And the other thing that's really great is this is going to go on until December 11th, I think. So you have time to browse and really take time looking at everything. Whereas with the live market, if you don't do it in those 4 days, you're out of luck.
That's right.
This is really a great opportunity to do extended Christmas shopping.
Absolutely. And also share it with those that don't live in town either. So it's a really great platform. Well, Michael, I got to tell you, I've already added to cart, if you will, all of my Chocolate Pizzazz favorites. And it's a shame we can't see each other in person. But I know this market this year will be a success for you as well as the rest of the vendors.
Thank you so much.
Great to see you. And as a reminder, you can shop virtually right now at nutcrackermarket.com. It is very easy to navigate. I did it this morning. It is awesome. And by the way, you could just search in the engine Chocolate Pizzazz and all your favorites will come up. After the break, from a farm into a table, a local business that is helping you reclaim your home. And it's a beautiful day outside. We're going to check in the weekend forecast with Frank and see what Keith and Christine have coming up for the news at 4. That's when Houston Life returns in 2 minutes. Well, welcome back to Houston Life. I'm Courtney Savala. It is now 3:30.
3:30 and time to be jealous, because after that chocolate pizzazz segment, Courtney, oh my gosh, I will definitely be ordering some as well.
It's so good.
Earlier in today's show, we were asking our viewers if you could just do us a little favor and share with us some of your epic holiday cooking fails. Bonus points for including photos, and you all delivered. Let's get some of those comments up on the air right now, starting with Taylor. Taylor writes in, wasn't myself, LOL. Needless to say, takeout. Oh wow. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but that looks like a fire situation.
It definitely does. Okay, listen to this. Debbie writes in, when I was a young bride, I thought a smoked turkey meant it was fully cooked and just had to be warmed up. I was pretty shocked when it started carving raw turkey. Into the microwave it went. We were thankful for gravy and side dishes that year.
Ew, even a microwaved turkey sounds questionable. Sorry, Debbie, that happened to you, but wow, you're probably not alone. I'm sure that happens to a lot of people. Stacy is our next comment. Stacy writes in, I forgot to pre-bake the pie crust before filling with the chocolate filling. I had a lot of other cooking and baking going on, and no, I haven't lived it down. Wow, so people cut right into sort of maybe a squishy raw crust, Stacy.
I've done that.
Listen, those are some good ones. Keep them coming.
Absolutely. I have definitely overcooked the turkey too. So you carved into it. It literally was just dry. It was awful. Awful.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm definitely ordering the turkey insurance, but let's send it over to Keith, Christine, and Frank. You guys have your munchies over there.
We do, yes.
We do. They look delicious.
Yeah, I mean,
so good.
I'm a big chip fan, and you know, you throw some chocolate on it, you know, really can't go too wrong, right?
The salt and the sweet.
Yeah.
Perfect
I'm about that life.
That's actually a good combination.
I know. Frank, you can have your treat in a minute.
Yeah, I'm just going to stand and hold it. Because if I put it over there with y'all, it might not be around.
We're not last.
Okay, don't put it out in the sun. It's hot out there. It's gonna melt pretty quickly. Look at that blue sky. Triangle Energy camera. It's nice. Temperature's 83, 77 down in Galveston. A little bit of a southeast wind, but the air over the Gulf is nice and dry. So even with the southeast flow, the humidity is behaving a bit. So we have 84 in Tomball and Conroe. Pearland's at 83. As we go into this evening, 81 at 5, 77 at 6, and 73 at 7. Really another perfect outdoor dining type of evening if you're already looking to Friday night football tomorrow night. 75 at 7, 73 at 8, and 71 at 9 o'clock. Clear and mild for that, so no issues. By the way, mentioning Ada here, which moved across Florida, continues to move away from Florida and the United States, so that will be off and away. We'll talk more about the tropics coming up. Also, the warming trend continues into the weekend, but I have a big front to tell you about for next week. I'll have that all timed out. And then the drought, is it taking hold? Well, all this beautiful weather, but we need some rain. And talk about where we stand across Houston as well as the state coming up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, timely rain is
right. Just an inch and a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see you in a little bit, Frank. Thanks so much. All right, we're fortunate to have the largest medical center in the world right here in Houston. Patients from across the state, the country, even around the world come here to be treated at the Texas Medical Center. And when the patient needs long-term care, temporary housing for them or other family members can be downright expensive. Now, a local charity that helps them afford housing is also struggling to make it through the pandemic. Coming up at 4 o'clock, health reporter Haley Hernandez shows us what's being done to help the patients stay here and get the treatment they need.
And the story that has a lot of folks talking, especially us here at KPRC, would you take a coronavirus test as a requirement to attend a concert? This is our Click to Vote question today. So head to clicktovote.com. Let us know what you think. Would you take a COVID test in order to go to a concert at this point? We're going to be sharing those results coming up at 4 o'clock.
And would you buy chocolate-covered chips if you went to the concert? That's a question.
Yeah,
so good.
I know, they're really delicious.
They're so good. And you know what? I miss live music.
I know.
I miss it so much. I would take a test, absolutely, to go see a live show and mingle. Absolutely.
I would think about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
They're doing it before airplanes now.
I know. Well, get your chips on, everybody. Sorry, Derek, I'm sending you some.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you in less than 30.
Delicious.
Sounds good.
Okay, what is old is new again. That's the saying at Old World Lumber, which started with a group of guys with a passion for reclaimed barnwood. Today, this Houston's company's products can be found in homes throughout the country and beyond.
We're a one-of-a-kind lumber store selling one-of-a-kind products. So when people come here and they buy our materials, it's a very special piece they're taking home. It's a piece of history. About 5 years ago, my partner and I found a void in the market and decided to reinvent the reclaimed lumber industry. And now we sit here today with the selection you see behind us, which is at any given time we have about 40,000 square feet of barn siding on hand, 1,500 hand-hewn beams on hand, and other materials from all over the world.
It's really fascinating when we have a builder or a designer or even a homeowner that comes in. It's almost overwhelming for them because it's so many options and they're all so unique. Some of them even have carpenter marks on them, which is really cool. So these are centuries old. Everything we have here is reclaimed lumber.
So when people come into our showroom, they're going to see, basically the same love that was put into these structures when they were originally built. We take them by hand and we finish them. We do oil finishes, we do urethane finishes, we stain some of them. Depends on what the customer wants, but it's all done here by hand, just like it was done by hand back then. We don't just reclaim wood from the U.S. We also travel over into Europe, and we're always looking for those items, again, that are one of a kind that you can't find at any other store.
Sometimes when you come to the warehouse, it's really hard to visualize from a raw beam what the potential of it is once it's preserved. And we can cut it down to size if one's a little bit too long. That's where we also have our barn wood, our wall plank, which is beautiful and is used typically, obviously, on an accent wall. We also have our flooring in the showroom. It's just a good way to see it finished.
People make beautiful furniture out of it, and it's just one of those items that, you can only find it here, and it's very special.
We like to say that people can see history, touch history, and then bring history home.
Such beautiful pieces with a great story. If you want to take a piece of history into your home, just head to oldworldlumber.com. Still ahead, helping epilepsy patients take control of their seizures without medication. More on the innovative treatment options available at Memorial Hermann. But first, we're going to check in with Joe Sam, who's having a hat of a day.
I sure am, Courtney. Really having fun with this. And you know what? We've been rocking out this hat all day. So when I come back, I'll tell you why and what two inventors are behind it. Houston Life will be right back. Stay with us.
KPRC is hosting a virtual panel discussion on mental health tonight at 7 p.m. From anxiety over the pandemic to managing holiday stress and also depression. A team of local experts will be available to answer your questions. This Ask Two conversation will be moderated by KPRC anchor Chris Gutierrez and health reporter Haley Hernandez. To register, visit our website at click2houston.com/ask2. And speaking of your health, did you know that epilepsy is the second most common neurological disorder behind stroke? Besides medication, there are other treatments that can help patients control their seizures. I recently learned about those options with Dr. Samden Latu, director of the Texas Comprehensive Epilepsy Program at UT Health Neurosciences. Dr. Latu, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us on Houston Life.
Thank you very much.
So Epilepsy Awareness Month, we are in it right now in November. Let's get an overview. What is epilepsy? I know most of us consider this and really think about this as associated with seizures. What causes it and what is epilepsy?
So epilepsy is a tendency to recurrent seizures. And that is essentially what comprises the condition. There are a number of different causes. In many people, it's either genetic or a tendency through genetics. In others, it's a problem that's caused by some kind of brain disorder. It could be due to tumors, could be due to an old stroke, could be due to head injuries in the past causing traumatic brain injury. So any of these conditions that affects the brain is capable of causing epilepsy. It's very common. So 1 in 20 people at some point in their lives will have an epileptic seizure. But happily, in the vast majority, we can treat them.
It's really remarkable. 1 in 20, that's amazing to me. Let's talk about what these symptoms are. We're looking at the screen here. Temporary confusion. Again, Dr. Latu, I said in the beginning that we associate epilepsy with seizures, but there are various degrees and different symptoms. Can we walk through some of these? Because it's not always a seizure, a convulsion, right?
Yes, you are quite right. The most extreme manifestation is a convulsion where a person loses consciousness, falls to the floor, and shakes or convulses. But there are many other types of seizures. In some, there is just a very brief loss of contact with the environment, what we refer to as absence seizures. And there are many variations to this theme.
And when we talk about treatment options, and I know, doctor, whether we're talking about pediatric epilepsy or somebody that has this as an adult, treatment options obviously are case-by-case basis, but most people tend to think that this would be treated by medication.
You're quite right. In about 2/3 of cases, medication tends to work very well. Compared to just 20, 30 years ago, we have many drug treatment options for seizures. But in those in whom medical treatment doesn't work, we do have surgical options. So we can actually pinpoint the origin of the seizures in the brain, and we can either tackle them through surgery, or what we call resective surgery, or we can use new techniques which are non-invasive or minimally invasive. And this means the use of laser technologies, for example, to get rid of those areas that cause seizures, and even deep brain stimulation. So we put electrodes deep into the brain and stimulate the brain to stop seizures from occurring. So there are many options available these days for the treatment of seizures.
And people really can live with epilepsy and controlling those types of seizures. And the last one that you were mentioning, I want to say, is that sort of like a pacemaker for the brain where it's really targeting that one area to turn it off, so to speak?
Yes, you're absolutely right. These are devices that function like pacemakers, but rather than pace the brain, they sense the occurrence of seizures and they short circuit the seizures by passing a current into the brain. Correct assessment is extremely important, so we know what treatments to use for different patients with different types of epilepsy.
Well, it's great information and obviously some really wonderful advancement that's going on in the world of epilepsy. And Dr. Latu, it's always wonderful to chat with you. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much indeed.
And for more of these treatment options, you can visit memorialhermann.org/epilepsy or call 713-704-7100. Switching gears now, Joe Sam is standing by with a really cool local story. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Courtney, how are you? Again, yeah, it's all about putting a smile on your face with these foam party hats. You can see them here, and they're all custom made. This is all put on by the mother and son duo locally from here. Behind all of this creativity. Now they're driving and diving into the Shark Tank to see if their idea swims or sinks. So it's time to get creative. We already see me rocking out my KPRC2 foam hat. This is really cool. So we're here with Manuel and we're talking all about foam party hats. This is your own invention. You and another owner we're going to be speaking to in just a bit. Talk about these really great designs. I love yours too, talking about keep your distance. That's what we've all been doing for these times.
Yeah, so we founded this company 3 years ago, but this has been in the making for more than 15 years. My mother made all these hats by herself many years ago back in Venezuela, and then we migrated to the US, we founded a company, and then year by year we have been growing like 100% full, and we're getting to the point that we continue to grow and to be a really successful company.
What was the idea behind foam hats? I mean, what popped in your head when you said, we're going to go ahead and do some foam hats? That's going to be the business.
So what happened was that we have something in Venezuela, in Latin America, that's called La Hora Loca. It's called the crazy hour. And basically what happens is like a wedding and a party or something that people get crazy. People are kind of like a little bit tipsy and then having fun. And then, that's when you
we all know about that.
Yeah, that's when you bring the props. So back in the time, like all the props were the same, like it's the same cheap stuff that you buy anywhere. So my mom decided to just buy some like cheap material and make some foam hats, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and you know what? You're going to be selling your idea to Shark Tank. So talk about that. I mean, how's that experience being chosen to be on Shark Tank to talk about these amazing creations?
I mean, I gotta say, it's been like the biggest opportunity that we have in a lifetime, especially during this year. For us, it was really difficult as a business because the main thing about our business was weddings, big parties, big events. And when the COVID started, like all the sales hit rock bottom. Then we have to figure out different ways to sell more products. And then suddenly we got called from Shark Tank with film. And the show is going to be amazing. I hope all of you guys watch it at 7 p.m. this Friday, November 13th. It's going to be amazing.
Grace, this is so fun. Coming here and seeing all of these different designs and creations, you must have a good time coming to work, right?
Yes, I love it. We make everything they like.
All right, we're going to go ahead and rock out my hat and get ready to head out of here. I think I'm going to drive it out.
Okay.
We're going to drive it out to see what kind of looks and stares we're going to get on the road. So much fun hanging out with Manuel and Miss Grace there. Now, as you heard, Manuel will be pitching this on Shark Tank tomorrow night, and I'll have more information on how you can get your own foam party hat on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Now, when I drove around, Courtney, people were honking horns.
It's so much fun.
It is a blast, and I think it's going to just elevate any party that you have.
Oh, for sure. I need to get the one with the curlers, so I don't have to do my hair. I like it.
I love it.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Joe. All right, let's head back out to Lauren Kelly to see what she's mixing up for National Happy Hour Day. Cheers, friend.
Cheers, guys. I only had to leave a little bit left to talk about all things National Happy Hour Day. We're here at 1836 and how these drinks can benefit charities all over Houston when Houston Life returns. Now, I swear that this was a holiday that was crafted just for myself, Lauren Kelly, National Happy Hour Day. We're here at 1836 in River Oaks, right off of West Alabama, and we've been showing you guys my very special custom craft cocktail made by the Director of Beverages, Josh Sapphire, today has been behind the bar, which, by the way, can we just make note that you are an award-winning bartender. Can you tell us about the last competition you just won?
Yes, there's the Uncle Nearest Honor Your Legacy cocktail competition, which you had to create a cocktail based on your legacy, whether it was professional or family.
Which is totally cool because the only thing I really know how to make is opening a White Claw or pouring in vodka and soda, right? So you are very good at what you do. We thank you for showing us all of your tricks behind the bar. So we have made My Craft Cocktail, which portions of will go to Candlelighters Houston, which is a charity near and dear to my heart that takes care of childhood cancer patients. And when you come in now through Giving Tuesday, December 1st, they are going to donate a portion of those proceeds to Candlelighters. So I'm really excited. And look at how beautiful this craft cocktail has turned out. I will say in some photos we got it a little purple, but today it looks blue, and that is a-okay because Josh was trying to match my mask. Another great thing that I want to mention, Josh, why don't you go ahead and tell us about this cocktail that you made specifically for Movember?
Yeah, absolutely. So that is called the Scotch Foster. It is based with Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve, which is a rum-based finished scotch. We have a house-made banana shrub, Amaro Nonino, and lemon juice. So a little bit of dusted nutmeg on top and banana chips. And proceeds from that cocktail throughout the month of November will go towards the Movember Foundation, which is for testicular and prostate cancer awareness.
I think it's a great thing that all you guys here at 1836 are doing. Can we get a round of applause for everybody celebrating National Happy Hour Day? No matter whether it's 3, 4, or 5 o'clock, somewhere right here, right now, is Happy Hour Day. I'm going to try this the Spritz de Fleur, my very own signature cocktail, which I've always wanted, and it's just as good as I thought it was going to be. Josh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
More info on how you can contribute and get all the wonderful details from 1836 at HoustonLife.tv. Courtney, back to you in studio. Cheers.
Cheers, friend. Enjoy that. And I love that they're giving back to those two different causes. Thanks so much, Lauren.
Yes.
When we come back, we're going to have a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show. We are back for just a few seconds. I put the Nutcracker Fascinator back on. It was a fun show today, Derek, on this Friday Eve.
It was fun. I do feel sort of like an outsider looking in, but that's okay. My last sip of eggnog should help me feel just a little bit better until I can rejoin you in studio one day. Eventually, it's coming.
I hope so. Pinky's up, friend. We want to tell everybody what's coming up tomorrow on the Big HL Show. 5 easy ways to celebrate World Kindness Day with your kids. Plus, a local health food business born of love. Meet the couple behind the brand as they mix up some healthy holiday drinks. I'm very excited about that story. And also get our shopping on the virtual NUTCRACKER market platform. Derek, I know you're going to hit the chocolate pizzazz, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I can't stop thinking about it, to be honest.
And our friends over at Bear Creek Smokehouse and One Hit Mom. I mean, everybody is there. Support all of these local vendors for sure.
Yeah, and you know, today Michael made a really good point that it really is sort of like a one-stop shop. You can map it all out and you have more time, less stress than actually doing it in person.
I know, no need to sharpen the elbows, like I like to say.
Yeah.
All right, my friend, we will see you for the fun on a Friday show. That's going to do it for us today.